Okay, here's another unboxing. Now this package came from MyComicShop.com. Back in the day, I used to get great deals from this website. But after COVID, it became super popular and everyone jumped on it, and all of the comics became super expensive. Now this was something else happening across everything, right? Collectible, everything was getting expensive. But I really enjoyed this site because I could find great deals on this website. Now they still have a great database, a fantastic database. I can pretty much look for any comic I want on there. It'll tell me year, who, what, and give me the background on it. So I conduct a lot of my research on MyComicShop.com. And the great thing is, if I do find something that I was looking for, I just hit add to cart and I'm able to purchase them. Now for this package specifically, I couldn't find what I was looking for at my local LCS. I was looking for Werewolf Frankenstein by Zombie Love Studios, but I couldn't find it. So I went on to my comic shop and they did have it up there. So I added it along with some other 90s comics I had sitting in my cart. It's good to purchase from my comic shop in bulk. At least, you know, a few comics, not just one, because you end up saving on the shipping. Or I shouldn't say saving, the shipping will be less intrusive, right? The more comics that you have. So these 90s comics that I have in here were from a company called ANIA. That's ANIA. And that was a collective of comic book, black indie comic book publishers from the 90s. And that is something that I know I want to kind of balance out my collection with. Like 90% of my collection is new stuff. But I do want to balance it out 10% or so with some of the older titles, 80s, 90s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, and go from there. So let's get to opening this package up. Try to do it light to keep myself from digging into the comic itself. All right. Let's see what we have here. Let's get this tape off. I know my comic shop will wrap all the comics in like a plastic bag. So this should be a plastic bag. Yep. I try to clear the tape. I'm not good at remembering that tape is there, and next thing you know, it'll snag my comics. So I always try to be careful of that. All right, let's see what we have. All right. Let's split them over. That's my package slip. All right, so this Omega 7, if I remember correctly, this was a publisher from the 90s, but they wasn't part of ANIA. Somebody probably will correct me. But I really was looking at the artwork and things like that, and I said, you know what? I like this. So I'm going to focus in. Alonzo Washington is the publisher. I'm going to focus in on collecting all those comics. I think it was around 7 or 8, I think. that they had. I want to go and see if I can find all of those. But this is the original man. Eventually, I'll reboard and bag all of them because I don't like this tape. It's an okay condition, but it works. All right. So this is definitely 90s style. A lot of white space. The paper is like not that straight comic book paper, but is close to it from back in the day. Mighty Ace is another one that's part of his. All right, so I'm gonna read this and see what I can get from it and review it. I pretty much read and review everything in my collection. I don't buy anything just for it to sit there. I really try to experience each of them. Let's see. Next up is Zwanna, son of Zulu. This was from DZL, and this is an ANIA comic. And let's see about this one. Okay, this is that classic paper. All right, comic book paper. I love this. It just takes me back to when me and my cousin was playing with G.I. Joe and collecting G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Marvel. X-Men. That was our comics back in the day. Yeah, this takes me back. I like the quality of this. For it to be on this old paper, it has good color. It's popping on there. It has that little glossy sheen on it. I like it. I look forward to reading this. And was it Nabile P. Hage or Hage? I'm not sure, but that's apparently is the creator. Next is Heru, son of, I forget what that is, and it's covering up. It is a ANIA comic. All right. Son of Ausar. Okay. Now I do have a lot of the other of these. I think this is the last one I needed. I think I have all the comic books. It wasn't a ton from them. They didn't last super long. But apparently that's how things went back in the 90s, and I'm starting to see today also. All right, so artwork looks good. Definitely a lot of activity going on in the comic. A lot of action. Colors are popping. The comic book paper. And there's something in the middle here. Okay, a card. All right. See what this is all about. I normally wait until I have the whole series before reading any comic. So I think with this last few, I completed the final run on those comics. I just gotta check my list. All right. So next up is the reason why I went to this website and made this purchase. Werewolf Frankenstein. This is by Zombie Love Studios, but this wasn't written by Rodney Barnes. This was written by Chris Robinson. It's part of Rodney Barnes Studio, but it's written by a different person. I'm really anxious to see if he's able to keep this, Chris Robinson is able to keep this thing going, because I love the way Rodney Barnes writes. Definitely one of my favorite creators out there. Werewolf Frankenstein. All right, so the cover is clean. I got a fairly good copy, and it's thick, it's heavy. All right, I'm not sure how many pages are on this, but it's definitely heavy. All right. See how the inside looks. Okay, action on the first page. So you turn in is action. All right. The style of art is definitely different. This is more happy. All right. Compared to the Zombie Love, the titles I already experienced, where the artwork, a lot of shadows, dark, a lot of lines. All right. So they had figured out how to put a werewolf and Frankenstein together. So this is great. I'm really interested to see how this comic is going to read. And once again, it's a thick comic. It's got to be 40-something pages in here. All right, so yeah, I'm looking forward to reading Werewolf Frankenstein by Chris Robinson, published by Zombie Love Studios. And thank you for sharing in this unboxing. And leave a comment, like, subscribe. Once again, please leave a comment. Give me an idea of your experience with Werewolf Frankenstein. If you have any other horror comics that you are enjoying or that's fairly new, even the old stuff, some of that stuff I can take. Some of it don't age well, so the language is just not there. But I really enjoy horror comics, and this seems like it's going to be more fun, a real fun comic to read. Thank you.